Hey guys, and welcome back to Will It Work? We're going for another multi-part episode. I do want to continue playing this dragon ramp that I've come up with. And yeah, we're going to try some variations this time. So I wanted to get lower thief in just to accelerate our draw, to make sure we get that Day of the Dragon. So we didn't get a chance to play it last time. Faeria Golem did enough work on its own. But yeah, hopefully the lower thieves will give us a boost. And yeah, we'll go from there, and let's see if we can get Day of the Dragons off in this episode. Let's get to it. Alright guys, into our first match. We're going to throw all of this away, I think. I don't really want to start off with lakes. I don't really like that. We want to find those elementals, but now I've reduced the elementals and in the lore thieves. I don't know if that is a good idea. But we will see. We can get runing down early. That's going to help us hold the board at least. But obviously this stuff is a little expensive. Let's see what our opponent gets up to. It's going to be a desert. I haven't played against yellow in a while, actually. So kind of have to do this now, which it's alright. It's not bad. I guess it slows down runing, but runing's not that relevant just yet. And this does get us towards Frog Tosser range, so the water elemental, pretty good pickups there. So what yellow deck is this? Is this a multicolored yellow deck, or is this just like tempo? It's another desert. This play might determine what it is. It's going to be a Court Jester and a Choking Sands. And Choking Sands is something I would expect. Court Jester, not so much. And luckily for us, we get Magda, and we've just seen that Choking Sands. Going to give a cost reduction on runing as well, which is always pretty nice, getting that cheaper runing. We're really good. It's really good for us to see the Choking Sands there, because the chances of this dying now is very slim. It's going to be a 6/6 Mistral Guide. Okay. I'm down. I'm down for that. That's really cool. But I should probably just play Runin. Start chipping away at this guy. Runin's had a cost reduction anyway, so I think we're in a pretty decent spot. The Mistral Guide is bulky. A 6/6 is very powerful in this game. But I do have Frog Tosser next turn. I can Frog Tosser the Court Jester. That's if this doesn't get double soul drained, which it will. Okay. Double soul drain. Clear out the old runing. Which basically means we don't have that play anymore. It's kind of sad. I would really like to get rid of the Mistral Guy before I play my next Magda. And the main reason is because if I was to play Magda here, my opponent could actually win Soldier off this tile with the Mistral Guide and take out the Magda. But next turn I have really solid options next turn. I can go Willow into Feed, into Frog Tosser, into Runin. I could play Magda if I want. Get Magda down again. So I have some really good options going into the next turn. Another Mistral Guide. Gonna just zip down there. By the looks of it, just take this land spot and really start applying pressure. Oh, that's a fantastic move for us, because now our frog will spawn here outside of the 4/4, which means it can challenge this this 6/2. So let's feed this up. Nom nom nom. Water elemental. So if I frog tosser this, is it even worth it? Maybe I just play Runin. Or maybe I play Faeria Golem and I just play Magda. And the Faeria, these two kill the Faeria Golem? Do I care? Maybe not. Maybe I go... I'm thinking actually Magda Runin instead. got a good budget to it. Again, the -1 Faeria. I set up this to cause trouble again. See if my opponent has an answer to it, and then maybe I can frog toss something better. So I'm gonna go for the Wind Soldier. This is what I was talking about earlier. Going for that Wind Soldier line. Should have played the Magda here potentially. Just take that out. Now I could have went for Faeria Golem, but I was just afraid of Nightmare. I felt like Nightmare was very strong. I think I should have just went for the full power play there. You know, just ruining Faeria Golem. Now I'm really behind because it's going to be difficult for me to get back in. I'm just hoping that ruining can just continue to fend off this aggression. Oh, interesting. Alright, that kind of works out for us, guys. That was pretty good. So now we can do this. Alright, that was good for us. The +1 from the previous turn did set up a Frog Tosser. I did originally take the +1 to be able to reset Runin if I needed to, but it did double up as a way to help us fight against the current threats near our orb. You know, our opponent's deep in now, trying to finish us off and trying to get as much value as possible. The frog positioning's a little sad because it does mean that the frog will get cleared. But I can potentially just run Runin in and go from there. 1 damage is really difficult for me to deal in this deck. That was a really good draw. Fantastic. Alright. Back in the game, guys. That's exactly what we needed. Oh, Fagoro as well. It's pretty cool. So many choices. Like I could like creation Runin. I can creation this Frog Tosser. So I think the Frog Tosser is just a little better at this point because it does allow me to clear the board, and that's what's important here. Just getting that board clear. We've re-established board presence here, which is very important against Yellow Temple in general. I'm still very far behind in terms of resources. I do need to draw a Frogify. Choking Sands, oh my goodness. I really want to protect this. And a massive Manta Rider. Alright. A fantastic Frogify draw as well. So we can take Fagoro, which will give us enough Faeria to play the Frogify as well, which is currently the plan. And then we can start moving up. So Court Jester buff, not relevant. I did get a very good Frogify there. Manta Rider's a great target because it eliminates the last words, which is one of the big problems of that card when you're fighting against it. It has durability. It's also very mobile as well. So I had a very good draw there with the Frogify. And my opponent invested a lot of Faeria to get a bit of board control. You know, the Choking Sands on my frog. That was very expensive because I got that frog for free. And it kind of just leveled the playing field, and now we're just going to get another Frog Tosser. Fantastic. I'm going to use this as a double collector on this side. Once again, Frog Tossers being key to my advantage here. Faeria Golem's not played a big role. Like I said, I had an opportunity to go Faeria and Runin, which was probably better than the Magda line, but I was afraid of Last Nightmare, but I guess I should have just said, you know what, if you have Last Nightmare, you have it. Lord of the Wastes. Alright. This is a 10-10. Let's just get Runin down. So we're quad collecting. We have a 10-10 ready to beat on my opponent. This card is in my hand again, and I haven't had an opportunity to play it. It doesn't feel like the deck's tuned enough to generate the Faeria to play this card. And then we have it, victory on the board. But like I said, it doesn't feel like the deck is actually in a position where it can generate that Faeria it needs in order to play for that card. So what do I need to do instead? Maybe I need to add more Faeria ramp? Maybe like stuff like Windfall? It's hard to say. Now, Lore Thief ultimately felt a bit weak. I guess I want the land ramp again. So I'm going to drop the Lore Thieves and I'm going to go back towards the land ramp. But I'm going to make some more changes and I'll tell you guys what has been switched around. Alright guys, into another match. As you can see, I've added Windfall. Now, I've taken out the Lore Thieves. I've added the Elementals back in because I just feel they're too important. I need to get them in the early game. And I've added Windfall instead of the Runin's Guidance, because Runin's Guidance hasn't done a lot for me in these matches so far. So I'm thinking maybe Windfall. I can go like Feed the Forest, like Willow into Windfall to get that little bit of extra Faeria. I'm not sure just yet. This is just kind of an idea I'm playing around with. But yeah, I guess we'll find out if it's any good in these next couple of games. It's a shame we weren't going second there because we obviously had the turn 1 Wood Elemental, but we can still go into Living Willow next turn, so we can just start collecting, get the Willow down, and feels good. Yellow is a bit dangerous because of Choking Sands. Choking Sands being able to kill my Willows, not good. I want to be able to feed them later on. Don't mind this being Choking Sands so much. It's a good Faeria trade-off, and it's going to be an Ancient Herald. Alright. Big Boy Herald. There's a Windfall. You know what? I might take a lake now. We don't have Feed, we have Windfall. I was going to go Forest. I was going to continue with my Forest generation, but now that we've drawn Windfall, I can start building lakes. And this does also benefit us in terms of Frogify, so I can Frogify this and finish it off. This is just going to slowly build towards us, and there's another Ancient Herald coming down. This is going to be a big cost reduction at some point. Ooh, hello Runin. Runin's pretty fantastic actually. But I will retreat for this turn because I do want to get that Windfall off. So I can go Windfall into Frog. I can like Frogify this one, clear it, Windfall, and then just dash a Runin in this area. So I have the Runin and the Water Element, the Wood Elemental to fight the Herald, and the combination of their power, their attack, will be able to take this guy out. If this doesn't get soul drained, or this doesn't get whatever, you know, something doesn't happen to it. So I'm hoping my opponent does continue the push aggressively. Now, 2 Ancient Heralds kind of indicates to me we might see Mystic Beast. Like, Mystic Beast is pretty good with this card because you get that cost reduction. So like a 1 Faeria 4/5 with jump. It's pretty good value. It's a good price on that card. Actually, it'll cost 0 if he draws, if he drew Mystic Beast now, for example, but For example, that's one of the good synergies with those two cards together. The Ancient Herald in blue-yellow? Who knows? Like, honestly, no clue on what this deck can be playing. I assume it's going to be some kind of Mystic Beast boat guide deck. I guess we'll find out. Alright, so Windfall is now available. Feels good. We can actually play Day of the Dragons. But we have another play we want to make, which is something I've come to learn about this deck. Most of the times, I could play Day of the Dragons, but I'd rather make another play which is going to help me secure board control. So let's just take this out. Use a frog. Go Magda, actually. Magda gets bought by Wind Soldier, but what doesn't, right? I get a cost reduction on this. I'll take it. We also get that -1 Faeria on the Day of the Dragons. The chances of me casting it have increased significantly. It's -1 Faeria now. I just need 11 Faeria instead of 12. Still a huge amount of Faeria to invest into one card, especially a card that doesn't do anything, right? This card, you play this card, you get all these wonderful dragons in hand, but it doesn't do anything until you play a dragon, which costs an additional 7 Faeria. So this card doesn't come on. This card essentially costs 17 Faeria. No, even more than that. 19 Faeria. Excuse me. This card costs 19 Faeria. Ooh. Well, hello. That's very interesting. The old Cypher? Okay. Let's take a draw. Okay. Got Moby, that's good. I like seeing Moby there. Now I'll just re-summon Runin. And yeah, we'll go for the Wood Elemental. The Wood Elemental's just going to allow us to ramp towards Moby. That's the plan now. So if anything goes wrong, I don't know, like this gets Choking Sands and this kills Magda, for example, I do have the opportunity to at least try and Skywhale this in 2 turns, or if there's another one that shows up, I can Skywhale that and just kill this one. Oh, Mystic Beast, like I said. Wait, what? Oh. Did it not gain jump? Yes, it did. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's a spicy card to find. I like playing this. Fugoro. We could play Fugoro first. For the urn. Some pretty good cards there. This protects Fugoro at least. But let's get Cypher down. Cypher's pretty good in this position because it's just a pain. I'm kind of just forcing my opponent to have a nightmare at this point. I still have that Moby sitting in hand ready to devour any problems. To be honest, you know what? I think green-blue, or blue-green ramp, whichever way you want to put it doesn't need Day of the Dragons. I actually feel that Magda is good enough. It's such a good inclusion. Like, it's actually just a solid inclusion to the deck. Day of the Dragons is a bit of a meme, still, because it's just so expensive. But Magda has been fantastic so far. I've been really impressed with her. Toeship. So now, as you can see, the... Whoa. Okay, it's a Colossus. I was about to say, what's going on here? But I get to eat this up. That's really good. Fantastic. Krog. picked up another Aurora, that's not bad. So we need our last land now to take care. Stick it here. Because this can jump, but I can actually just protect this. Oh no, I need to jump this out of the way. Of this card. Yeah. So a Sky Whale here. And I just eat up the Mistral Guide. Nice, that's not too bad. You know, I don't get a lot of life from that card, but you know, Cypher will be a threat now going forward. This is now out of reach of the Faeria. That's my fault. I've just got so many legendaries in hand. Magda's protected by the Wood Elemental. Skywell's also protected by the Wood Elemental. And there's, of course, this problem of Cypher because of just roaming and causing trouble. I have Aurora as well, which is pretty cool. Like an Aurora Magda next turn if I want. I'm probably just going to finish this off this way. And then I'm going to zip Skywell up to a more aggressive position. Fanatic. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. The Emperor. Okay. I can Frog Toss at this. I probably just want to Aurora Magda, actually. If I can collect off here. I still have to kill this 7/7. I guess the truth is I do have Cypher as a good way to answer that. I'm going to stick this in double collection now. You know, I do want to get some double collecting going on if I can. And we'll move Cypher down to make sure Cypher can answer this. Then we can just pass it. And to be honest, this is a good time for Magda to die. She's done her work. You know, I don't feel like I need her anymore. Good job, Magda. I used you for my own purposes, my own ambitions, but you've done a good job for me. I'm pretty happy. Like this I'm never gonna get out of my hand. I can get these two down potentially. This is never getting played. I'm sorry, guys. This is Magda ramp. This ain't Dragon ramp anymore. It's in a really good position. What's the worst that happens? This kills Moby, and then I kill the Colossus. And then this doesn't die. I can even get like power on this somehow, and then finish off the Colossus that way. And then Magda just stays around, being really annoying. Magda's actually quite annoying for me right now, because I don't want to overdraw. I want to draw my Feed the Forest, so I don't want to burn that card. There's some good cards in my deck I'd rather not burn. Like an Elemental I wouldn't care about so much. But of course, like, I don't want to lose my my Feed the Forest or my Windfalls. Or my Frog Tossers. Is considering the Moby clear. Emperor's Command, kill my Aurora. Oh, that's absolutely fine. Okay. Yeah, so we just finished. Just trade these off. Runin. What do I want to do with you? I want to be able to play a couple of cards, like 2 cards this turn if possible. Yeah, I feel we just kill this. That's a fine trade for me. You've done your work already. Then we can go like Willow +1, Emperor. I might have to fight another Colossus, so actually let's just get Runin down in a solid position. And +1, let's just take the Willow on this side in case Magda gets killed. So if Magda gets killed, I still have a collector for the left-hand side. It's just going to be a scoop. Magda doing pretty well in that game. Magda was amazing. And I actually feel that Magda is a viable card in ramp decks. Looks very solid, very strong. Did the dragons? Am I ever going to have the Faeria to cast it? I don't know. But let's get into another match and see if I can finally play that card. Alright guys, into our another match, and look, we're playing against a rank 6. We're playing against Xged, one of the best players in the scene right now, having fantastic tournament performances throughout this year. And, you know, really the pioneer of green-blue jump. Like, green-blue jump, Xged's build is what I played in the old Become a God episodes, and yeah, it's just goes to show his strength as a player across multiple boards, you know, as a deck builder, but also as you know, a pilot as well. So we're just going to start off the water elemental. It just helps us land right. We get Magda down early. The earlier we get Magda, the better. We'll see which side my opponent wants to go down. Might go down if we see Explore Desert here. I'll be a bit more hesitant to play Magda because double neutral Wind Soldier. It's just a clean answer to it. So I'll probably go with like Willow first and then play Magda on the follow-up. However, we do see it come down this side instead, which is fine. And I'm curious what we see next. Might see a demon come down here. Potentially some Flash Wind Kaleem's training combos coming out in the future. But yeah, it looks like Xged is considering where to land. Okay, so Archer. Not expecting that, we'll be honest. Move this back. And there we have it. So we're just going to shimmy in and out of the reach of this Archer. I'm going to replace my Water Elemental with a Willow. That's the plan, at least. Alternatively, I could have double neutraled and jumped here, just out of reach, but it doesn't seem worth it because I want to build lands not only towards Moby, but also towards Aurora. I'm curious if Xged has the removal. Like, double Soul Drain is nice and clean, it's very easy to pull off. You can, like, I think the dream is like double Soul Drain Flash Wind, because you can like double Soul Drain this, Flash Wind across, and then just shoot this and just clear the board. It always makes me laugh when I see this character. I'm just like, what am I gonna do with this? Alright. I don't want to collect this turn because I want to play the Willow first, so I can feed. So I'm gonna wait for a turn, then I can collect, and then I can forest, and I can Willow. This dies, and then I collect again, and then I feed, and then I'm in Happy Town. I can get up to all sorts of nonsense from there. Ignis might be pretty good actually in this matchup because this is quite weak. It does 4 damage, so I could potentially like pick off cards like this Windstorm Archer. Goes for Iona's Smile, gets that power up. Collects. Maybe Flash Wind? Or like Fanatic Flash Wind kill the Magda? Soul Pact up to 10. Okay. Into Kaleem. To another Manta Rider. So, this is getting pretty scary. There's a lot of big threats coming down. I have a Windfall in hand and a Krog. What are you doing, Krog? Why do you keep showing up? Oh man, so what's the plan? I might want to Aurora my Magda just to protect it. But that does mean I'm nowhere near picking up the Willow Feed combo. And maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's fine. I guess we'll find out. So I'm gonna Magda this. Oh, I guess we Windfall first in this situation. Alright, so again, Inga's set up, forcing my opponent to have answers to it. We kind of know there isn't any hard removal in hand, at least as far as Choking Sands are concerned in Soul Drains, because I do feel Exga would have taken the opportunity to kill this with the combo of like 2 Soul Drains. So Ignis might stick around, we'll see. And you know, there's multiple threats now. There's the problem of Magda, but there's also the problem of Ignis, because Ignis me +1 off Ignis is a bit problematic, especially once these Manta Riders pop open, because that damage could kill Mantas and it could kill the Archer. It could also help me clear Kaleem, so if Kaleem was to zip down now and kill this, I can move up, hit this, then +1 and see what happens after that. So I do believe that the situation is a little awkward for Exged at the moment. It's crazy, I haven't seen any yellow in ages, and then all of a sudden in this episode, I play against 2 yellow tempos. Goes for the Soul Drain. Goes for the clear, goes for the Nightmare. So Nightmare in on the Ingus there. That's a 1 Faeria benefit for my opponent, unfortunately. Now Aurora's pretty strong. Aurora will allow me to clear that. Actually, it's not even that good, Aurora. I'm in trouble. Definitely in trouble. Yeah, Exgade's on quad collection now. Having all that removal available is a bit sad, because it didn't really give me a fighting chance. But this is what Yellow Tempo's good at. You know, just completely massacring a board. It's not good. Not good at all. This can go for 5. This could actually go and collect here. This move here, kill the Aurora. This move in, push for 3. This collect. Keep the Kaleem in hand for now, I guess. Could Desert behind. If I wanted to create an opening for Kaleem going forward. My hope going forward is that I pick up Frog Tosser, and I can just like Willow Feed, get the Frog Tosser down, kill Kaleem, and be in some good state, because right now I'm in a really bad state. Kaleem's just gonna move up anyway, so there's probably a Flash Wind or something. Oh no, it's just a Colossus. Yeah, that's gonna be difficult. I guess I can Moby it. I did find the Frog Tosser. That's pretty good. Alright, let's see what we can get up to. Frog Tosser Kaleem. Moby. This. Red Frog Tosser here. Okay, wait, no, we Sky Whale first. Then I do it this way. So the reason I've done it like this is because now the Manta has an obstacle in front of it. So if the Manta Rider and the Manta wanted to clear Moby to release the Colossus, it's going to have to go through the 4-1 first. So it's probably not going to be enough. I'm going to be honest. I'm not too optimistic going forward here, but it's giving my opponent some questions to answer. Which may give me enough time to slap down Faeria Golem next turn and get something going. If Faeria Golem doesn't get Nightmared, I'm probably in a good spot where it can clear like 1 or 2 creatures. Faeria Golem also, if Moby doesn't get cleared this turn, if I can get Faeria Golem down next turn, it puts me in a situation where it can clear out the Colossus if I can combo another creature with it. So like this little frog, for example. If I can get this little frog to clear it, that's fine. We might see a slower line come from Xged depending on what's in hand. We might just see like the Manta Rider take the value here, and then maybe this Manta clear the 4-1, just leaving Moby up, and I'm a bit Faeria starved then going into the next turn. And what's the best thing I can hit? I can hit a Manta Rider, which isn't great. She decides to just go for the clear. Okay. Campfire's pretty good. So still in the same miserable position I was in last turn. Frogify's not bad. Gives me time. Taking the collection because I'm assuming Xged's gonna kill my 4-1 anyway. Now I do get punished by damage from hand, so Soul Drain, Wind Soldier, that does punish me because I don't have an opportunity to remove like 2 of the power or 3 of the power that's on board right now. But I'm assuming that if there isn't that removal, that Xged will just kill my 4-1 to stop me from collecting. So I might as well get that extra Faeria in while I can, and that does set me up for a Faeria Golem next turn. And to be honest, if I draw a feed, I'm gonna feed the Faeria just to get Faeria, and I can go like Willow Woody, maybe whatever else I draw. Start building up that board presence again. Xged taking his time here just to figure out what's going on. Oh, that's beautiful. Get some move this. Move here, push the damage, get a cheeky shot over on the Frog Tosser. I'm gonna take the Faeria instead, I respect that. Yep, pew pew. Nice and clean. Into another Manta Rider. That was not the feed the forest I was looking for. Yeah, that's going to be game. Like, I can play Willow, but it doesn't really do much. So well played there to Xged, showing his skills as a yellow tempo pilot. No, a loss on the board to a very high-ranked God-rank player. A little unfortunate there. I don't know. The turn that my Ignis, sorry, so many Ings and Ignises in my life. That the turn that got last Nightmare with the removal on Magda was probably game, because I was kind of banking on my opponent not having a lot of removal, just based on how my opponent had played around when Magda first showed up. So yeah, a little unfortunate, but Yellow Temp is probably going to be one of the harder matchups. Let's get into the next game. Alright guys, into our final match of this episode. The last couple of games have been quite long, so we can squeeze in another game. And what is this hand? Ugh. I'm not building lakes, I refuse. I'm not building any lakes here because it doesn't mean anything. Oh no. Okay, we might have time for another match. We'll see. Ah, thank you. Thank you, gods of Faeria, for giving me a fighting chance. I get a roar of this next turn, so it's not too bad. I'm backing, guys. It's gonna be Red Rush, Imperial Drain. Sure. I'm still gonna Aurora this card, simply because I don't want to get Flame Burst. And it can challenge pretty much everything Red Rush can produce at this point, unless there are Gift of Steels involved. Brigand double Flame Burst? Brigand Gift? Alright. Ground Shaker time. Let's see it. Show me the money. No Ground Shaker. Oh my goodness. I've been given a fighting chance, guys. But another Imperial Drain. No, it's another Brigand. Okay. And an Imperial Drain. Okay. So Creation's a pretty good draw. Yeah, pretty good. Although Frog Tosser is just as good. The only problem with Frog Tosser is depending on where the frog shows up. We could see it could be a problem. Because doing it this way, this Brigand can't get value on this Aurora without this being removed first. If I was a Frog Tosser and the Frog was to spawn near the other Brigand, the Brigand could actually take value and clear the Frog first, and that's not what I want. So I wanted to make sure I could at least solve that problem there and not have that issue. Now I could just keep the 6/4. I have Faeria Feed coming up. That's pretty good. I don't get the Faeria Feed if I play Frog Tosser, which is what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to assess, is it worth just taking another 4 damage this turn? I feel like we could take the board clear line just because I don't necessarily need the Faeria right now with the Frog Tosser play. Like, the Frog Tosser play does actually free up a lot for me. And my opponent's top decking as well, which is always a good thing. We're going to start harvesting. So as long as we can harvest, we'll be in a situation where we can build towards the maybe like Faeria and Windfall in a couple of turns' time. Oh. That's so sad. That's so sad. Oh man, I must be honest, guys. I'm a bit tired of Ground Shaker. I'm really tired of this card. It's a card that needs to be sorted out. It's too powerful, way too powerful. A 6 Faeria kill X, basically. 6 Faeria kill X is way too strong in this game. Right, let's see if we can get anything done. While I could Dave the Dragons, sort of. Right, we're just gonna have a lot of plays I need to make this turn. Since I'm going to Frog Tosser multiple. Well, not even. Let's just hit into this, and then I can Frog Tosser here. Just get Magda down. Yeah, we needed all our Faeria that turn. I just need a flood. Hopefully Woody will keep us in, keep us alive for a little while. Keep that Ground Shaker taunted. So I really want to find Aurora off Magda. Runin's... Oh, ho, ho, that's awesome. That's really good, guys. Oh, wow. I will even take land for this. And this way, we don't take any burn damage from the Grimguard, which is why I decided to swallow the Grimguard over the Ground Shaker. And you know, the 4-1 just traded cleanly into the Ground Shaker. Thanks, Grinder. Yep. That's fine. This is cool. This is pretty cool. I've had some good draws. I thought this wasn't allowed anymore. I thought we got rid of this. Even if that Ground Shaker tilted me, I still managed to pull it off. Flame Burst Self. And there we have it. And that's going to be a win to wrap up this episode. Defeat a much stronger opponent as well along the way. Feels good, guys. I had some good luck there with the Sky Whale. The Sky Whale and Magda was very lucky to bring me back into that match, because the Grimguard was such a big problem. But yeah, good games overall. Very, very happy with the deck. Again, still no Dave the Dragons, but Magda, she definitely pulled her weight. That concludes this episode of Will It Work? Ultimately, I feel this should just be a ramp deck with Magda in it. It seems to be pretty good. Magda was fantastic. I think she's actually competitively viable if you want to play a slow blue-green ramp deck, so be sure to consider that if you decide to climb the ladder with a deck like this. Dave the Dragons, still a meme, is a lot better in the blue deck that I built, because you generate a lot of Faeria through the Windfalls and the Storm Spawns. So if I made this deck greedier, if I went for like 3 Windfalls, 3 Storm Spawn, maybe that's why I need to go. That's the direction I'm going to go next episode. We're going to go really heavy on the Faeria generation and land ramp. We're going to try and generate enough Faeria to get that Day of the Dragons off and try and get something done with it. We've had some good plays with it in the Dream of Dragons deck. Let's see if we can emulate that in the Dragon ramp. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. Be sure to check out the 3-part Dream of Dragons episode. There's an episode, the last episode was split into 3 parts, so you can see me pilot a greedy, kind of cheesy blue control deck that uses Magda, uses Day of the Dragons, and I've had some really fun matches on there, and some really sad matches as well. So there's a good balance there if you're interested in some more exciting decks using the new cards that have been changed. So until next time, guys, take care and enjoy a blue-green Dragon Ramp.